Welcome to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, the investigative journalism program where I ask the question, whatever happened to the pizza at McDonald's? I'm your host, Brian Thompson. Last week, I was presented with disturbing new information suggesting that something I thought to be true was, in fact, a falsehood. That after McDonald's stopped selling pizza worldwide sometime in the mid to late 1990s, one location in Pomeroy, Ohio, continued to serve it in its original form until the year 2017. It was in that year that the McDonald's Corporation forcibly stopped this location from selling pizza suspiciously soon after I traveled there and tried it myself. I had every reason to believe that the pizza I tried was original recipe, not least because its description matched contemporaneous accounts from McDonald's pizza's heyday, that description being the following: it was pretty good for the price. But according to a news report hidden behind the metaphorical veil of a nearly dead language called French Canadian, an executive at McDonald's speaking in an official capacity as a representative of the company claims that the Pomeroy location did not, in fact, serve original recipe pizza. If true, this reality would have quite a severe impact on me personally. Many academic experts and interested laypeople agree I am the world's foremost authority on the McDonald's pizza matter. To be so wrong about who did and did not serve original recipe would call into question one of the things about me that I consider to be the most precious: my bona fides. Secondly, it would mean that I have never actually tasted original recipe McDonald's pizza. This is a thought that I cannot consider too intensely or for too long before I am thrown into a nearly catatonic state of existential angst. For if I have not tried original recipe McDonald's pizza, my options for doing so are quite limited. I hope that one day it is returned to the menu, or, barring that I am able to take advantage of advancements in time travel technology or witchcraft technology to transport myself to the era in which it was widely available and order my own personal or family-sized pie. But it is possible, however unlikely, that none of these eventualities will eventuate, and I will be stuck here in a pizzaless present until I die peacefully in my home surrounded by my friends and loved ones who failed to protect me from assassination. This new information was simply too important to leave unquestioned. But even though perusing some of the work of my colleagues has assured me that I am a much better than average investigative journalist, my self-confidence is still somewhat negatively impacted by the possibility that I may have been wrong about something. So to aid me in my sleuthing, I utilized a piece of foolproof human analysis technology, a telephonic lie detector, programmed to sound upon registering only truthful statements from my subjects.
Thank you for calling McDonald's. May I start by getting your name?
Yes, my name is Brian Thompson.
Okay, and how may I help you today?
Well, I'm calling because I just received a somewhat disturbing report, and I would like to get some comment from McDonald's about it. Are you familiar with McDonald's pizza, with McDonald's serving pizza?
No, I'm not. No, we don't sell any pizza.
Well, that's true. You no longer sell original recipe pizza. And I'm sorry if you heard that bell. It may be a little bit distracting. I have just a standard lie detector hooked up to my phone. But McDonald's used to serve pizza at locations across the country in the early and mid-1990s. And there was one location in the, town is sort of a liberal use of the term, but in the community of Pomeroy, Ohio, that continued to serve pizza until 2017. And until recently, I was under the impression that this was original recipe pizza, just like the pizza that was served in the heyday of McDonald's pizza. But according to the aforementioned somewhat disturbing report, that is not the case. So I was just calling to see if I could get some sort of clarification about whether or not the location in Pomeroy was serving original recipe pizza until about the year 2017, when I believe they were forced to stop selling whichever version of the pizza that they sold.
I would have any of that type of information, you would have to reach out to them because 95% of the McDonald's are franchise owned, so it is up to the franchisee. So I actually wouldn't know that information.
Okay, I do believe that when you tell me it, but is there any way that I could be transferred to someone within McDonald's that might be able to give me this information? The situation is that I've spoken with people at that particular location, and to be honest with you, they seem somewhat demoralized and psychologically damaged from having to stop serving pizza. It was one of their top sellers, and they are not very willing to speak about it with me.
We can actually transfer calls here. So you would definitely have to reach out to that McDonald's location and speak with them about this because from my understanding, we do not sell pizza and we never have.
Okay.
So honestly, I wouldn't have that information. So you would just have to reach out to them.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Thank you for saying that because I was wondering if my detector was calibrated correctly. And as you may have heard, it says you were telling the truth about McDonald's never serving pizza, but that actually is not true. I know you weren't lying about it, but it's just, I think you were just making an honest mistake. You did serve pizza in the early 1990s and mid-1990s, but you're saying that no one at McDonald's proper would be able to speak with me about this matter?
No, sir. You will have to reach out to that local McDonald's because all of the information that I have regarding it, we do not sell pizza. So, you're basically going to get the same thing. Have you called in about this issue before or wanted to get information about this?
I've probably called over the course of a few years, 1, 2, 3, 7, no more than 15 times about it.
The location that you said sold the pizza, you will have to reach out to them because 95% of the McDonald's are franchise owned. So maybe the franchisee at that time wanted to sell pizza, so he or she sold pizza. But right now, in this time of day, McDonald's do not sell pizza.
Yes, unfortunately, that is definitely true. Okay, well, I will do my best to speak with them. Thank you very much for your candor.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Hello, McDonald's. Can I help you?
Hello, my name is Brian Thompson, and I have what might sound like an unusual question, but I was wondering about your pizza that you used to sell. I'm sorry to bring up such a painful topic, but I was just wondering, was that pizza original recipe? Meaning, was that the same pizza that McDonald's used to sell nationwide in the early and mid 1990s? Do you know?
Yes, it was. We got all of our stuff from the corporation.
Oh, really?
Yes. But we haven't sold them for about 3 years now.
That's very interesting. Well, I have every reason to believe that you believe what you're saying, but I just received a disturbing report from that quoted someone from McDonald's corporate that said that it was not original recipe. Do you know why that?
I haven't a clue. You would probably have to call Orlando because they're the only people that has it now.
Oh, Orlando? Well, that's the thing. In Orlando, it is. I know for sure it is not original recipe because it is made in a brick oven. It is a novelty brick oven variety that I do not consider to be canon.
Okay. Well, hon, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, I guess I have no choice
Sorry.
to believe that. Well, no, I appreciate your candor. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. And now, a word from our sponsor. Signing up for a Razor subscription service and having razors delivered right to your door is easy and convenient. But did you know many postal carriers use your mail-order razors for a quick, on-the-go shave? You cannot blame them, as the hours postal carriers are expected to work are nothing short of oppressive. But the fact remains that when you receive your razor, there is a good chance it is crawling with your delivery person's chin germs. When it comes to buying a bag of Bic razors, perhaps you have to leave the house. But at least you know they are clean. Bic. Almost no one uses our razors before you. Thank you for listening to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's. For more information, please visit our attractive website at pizzaatmcdonalds.com, where you will find links to our Patreon, our Twitter and Instagram, and our extensive merchandise store at TeePublic. Visit pizzaatmcdonaldsradio.com for a 24/7 stream of classic episodes, plus the exclusive live broadcast of the full hour-long Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's radio program every Thursday night at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Finally, you may purchase my best-selling book, How to Be an Investigative Journalist, at howtobeaninvestigativejournalist.com, or wherever books are sold. Do you know what happened to pizza at McDonald's? Do you remember it? Please send all correspondence to pizzaatmcdonalds@gmail.com. And thank you to my invaluable Patreon producers. I'm Brian Thompson, investigative journalist.